I'm with Jason Setnyk here outside of the Port Theatre on a lovely, lovely Saturday night. Ring of Fire is playing. Jason, we're both committed to the arts in Cornwall. I hear that you've left the Art Gallery's board. What brought that about?
There are a couple of issues right now with the Art Gallery, and there are some changes happening at the Art Gallery, and
Can you talk about any of those changes? Do they involve longtime curator Sylvia Lizotte?
Anything in camera I cannot talk about, and even though I'm no longer a part of that board, I still am going to respect the fact that it was in camera, and I will not mention
No,
it.
you were on the Art Council board as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened there?
Nothing specifically happened. We had meetings, and the act was continuing to progress. They had governance exercise, and I'm hoping that board continues to grow and succeed.
How important is the Port Theatre and the potential of the Port Theatre for the art scene in Cornwall?
I think the Port Theatre is an important stakeholder, and there are many stakeholders, and the Port Theatre is definitely important. It's originally a Roxy theatre, so there's a lot of heritage and history that way. Even just playing old movies like the Rocky Horror Picture Show at Halloween, it shows that arts and culture can be a lot of fun too. And people actually dress up and celebrate and sing along.
Well, and we had our 5th anniversary event here where we brought out the legendary film Blade Runner and had a local comic, local musician.
Yes, I actually I attended that.
That's
as
true.
Media, from our media group, and we covered the story, and it was nice to see some people out to enjoy that movie.
Now, you ran for council last election. City Hall, so you've been informed of a lot of city issues.
Yes.
Cornwall gives the Altsville Theatre about $100,000 a year, essentially, I guess, covering the rent for St. Lawrence College's auditorium for the group. Very few events happen, yet we have a theatre that we're trying to save here and get digital projection for. The city not only gives nothing to the Port Theatre, they've had permit issues to get their liquor license for special events like the concert tonight.
Now, I understand the Port Theatre is a private enterprise.
It is.
And at the end of the day, though, maybe not specifically giving $100,000 to the Port Theatre, but there are other ways the City Council could support it. I think, at least on a token level, city councillors could definitely come out to events at the Port Theatre.
Yeah, you don't see too many of them come out. And again, the permit issue that they're having right now is really, really troublesome and stressful to a small business that isn't getting subsidized the way Altsville Theatre does.
Now, with the port, of course, you can't treat the port any differently than any other business in Cornwall. You have to treat each business the same, but it has been very frustrating for a lot of small businesses, not just the Port Theatre. Is there a lot of red tape? Yes. Is some of the red tape perhaps a good thing when it comes to fire permits, safety? I mean, there are some benefits, but there are some downsides.
But is it red tape, or is it individuals' interpretation of red tape? Because there is leeway, and you know, there's been a lot of discussion, like with Table 21 about truffles. They were going to make them redo a whole staircase because the risers were half an inch too short, and you know, issues like that where a little bit of latitude and communication. You know, we're not talking about special favors or breaking the law, but just understanding the codes and the terms, and you know what a heritage building is, and you know, a non-conforming variance and stuff like that. And
is there a way to balance the idea that you need to treat every business equally and fairly and the same, but also having a bit of room for latitudes without it seeming like a special favor to one business while another business might feel like, hey, we're not getting that special favor when it comes to our
there's
permits?
only one 75-year-old theatre in Cornwall.
Absolutely.
I mean, we have the Galaxy, which is a wonderful facility, and it's a multiplex, but it's not a 75-year-old Roxy theatre, so it's hard to treat all businesses the same when some are very, very distinct, like the Port, and it's a heritage building.
And I don't disagree with that argument. I think there is a way to balance it. I don't think personally I would have all the answers, definitely not, but it would be nice to see maybe a bit more creativity at City Council. And it comes back to this idea of arts and culture. how can we be creative, how can we use spaces, and how can we all get along in a way that is productive, but also fair and transparent.
So with the September cutoff coming up for council nominations, are you going to be putting your name forward again this term, this election?
I have not made a decision yet.
Are you leaning in any direction? I mean, you put a lot of work into the last election.
I did, and 2010 was a positive learning experience, and
you knocked on 4,000 doors?
Something about 4,000.
That's crazy. That's a lot of door knocking.
Yeah.
Did you get calluses on your knuckles or anything?
You know what, though? I got some nice muscles developed on my legs.
All right. So when are we going to know about your candidacy?
I'll make a decision in the next few weeks. Either way.
Good luck, and thanks for answering questions.
Thank you.